This is a Thunder Game Report.
Hi, I'm Randy Renner from Chesapeake Energy Arena, where the Thunder and the Utah Jazz getting ready to tip things off tonight. Game will start a little after 6 o'clock, and some breaking news from the arena tonight. Lineup changes for both teams. The Thunder will put Russell Westbrook on the bench tonight. Scott Brooks says there is no physical problem with Russ, so no need to throw your smartphone or your laptop out the window or anything in frustration. But no Westbrook tonight. Scott says with the schedule, the Thunder just have one game in a 5-day span. The Spurs won't be here, of course, until Wednesday night. He thought it'd be a good opportunity to give Westbrook some rest as he continues to work on his conditioning coming back from the knee surgery. So no Westbrook tonight. For the Jazz, former OSU point guard John Lucas will be on the bench. Trey Burke, their rookie point guard, will get the starting nod. And Enes Kanter will be benched from his center position. Marvin Williams will start for the Jazz there. Here's what the coaches had to say, Scott Brooks and Ty Corbett.
Coach, when you're in the midst of a decent long homestand like this, how do you, I guess, keep your team from losing its edge? Do you do anything special just to keep that edge on?
I mean, that's something that I think every team is concerned with during an NBA season because there's so many games and they pile up and just different parts of the schedule. But we love our home court, and we feel like we have a lot of pride in our home court. We want to take advantage of the great atmosphere that we have here, night in, night out. So that's the good thing about playing here. And during a long home stand, we feel that every night with our crowd and guys like playing here, that gives us a chance to win. But tonight's game is obviously another part of the schedule that we feel is important. It's because it's one of 82 games. So we're looking forward to tonight. We want to keep playing well. You know, last game I thought was one of our best games, and we want to build on that.
A month ago, Deontay Garrett was on your roster, and as life is in the NBA, he's cut, goes to D-League, now back to the Jazz. What did you see with him, and is it kind of fun for you to see him land somewhere else?
Yeah, you know, he actually had a good September when he came in early, and October. It's just it's a numbers game. It's hard to make it into the NBA. A lot of things have to go your way, but I thought he left a good imprint on his style of play. I thought he hustled. He has just a lot of good energy, but it just didn't work out for us. But we knew that he was an NBA player and he would get picked up. I'm glad he got picked up early.
Everything okay with you, Mike?
Well, Russell's not going to play tonight. We're going to just a part of the schedule with the one game in 5 days allows us to rest him. And the way we look at it is he's still basically part of training camp for him, and this just gives us an opportunity to rest him during this break of the schedule. It's very unique that you have one game in 5 days.
So he's okay physically? You're just
Yes.
resting him?
Yeah, just resting him. Just give him an extra few days. Like I said, it's very rarely you can look at your schedule. Very rarely you're going to have one game within a 5-day part of the schedule, other than like All-Star break. But just gives them a great opportunity to rest.
You mentioned, keeping your edge. Is that maybe even a little more difficult against a team that comes in 1-13?
Well, I mean, we know that their record is not what they would want it to be, but we also understand that they're NBA players. They have a lot of pride, and their team has a lot of pride. The organization is very prideful and has a long history of being that way. And you have to respect your opponent. It's not that we're going to just go out there and get a win just because we have a better record. It doesn't work that way. We still have to do a lot of things well. We have to execute. It's a fine line between winning and losing. And right now we want to continue to play well like we did last game and build on that.
You'll start Marvin and Jefferson as well. If Favors goes to 5.
We'll start Cantor. No, Cantor. You're throwing me off. We'll start Trey Burke with Gordon Hayward, Richard Jefferson, Marvin Williams, and Derek Favors.
You're going smaller.
Call it what you want.
They haven't had a lot of time. They started the second half the other day. You had them go together a lot in practice and things
We
like
had when we've had an opportunity to practice. So we've used different combinations at different times to give us a chance to see if we can match up with some teams. Teams have gone small against us, and we've been able to match up with them a little better. As we get more and more healthy now, we have some opportunities to do some different things in our lineup. See if we can force other teams to change. See if we have a catch-up lineup with a smaller group, and maybe an opportunity to go a little bit smaller. To speed the game up a little bit in our favor. As we get more and more healthy here and we have some more practice time, we'll be able to work and implement a few more of those things we thought about in training camp and exhibition season.
Talk to Ennis or our player when maybe move to the bench.
Sure. He's not moving. He's just not starting. He will play. Luke, both are fine. They understand where we are, what we're trying to do, and just have the guys to be ready. And we need not only those guys, everybody to be ready for the minutes on the floor and to try and help us get over this hump.
Is Trey under any kind of minute restrictions as he comes back from that injury?
He is. He's still under some minute restrictions the next few games here, and we'll monitor those things. We've increased him the last 2 games. He'll be able to go a little bit longer tonight, but he's still under some restrictions.
Does that make it a little bit easier for him not to have to go against Westbrook? You think? I mean,
Who
how does
knows?
that
He still has to
change
play,
things?
man. He's learning the NBA way. So regardless to who's on the floor, as we talked about in training camp from day one, that there's some guys in this league, you may not even know their name, but they can play. So you got to make sure you're ready to play every night. You can't afford to think because Westbrook's not in the lineup, you can ease off any, especially not where we are now. He's trying to work his way back into NBA shape and create an identity for himself. So you got to make sure that he come out against anybody, not only him, our whole team, and be ready to play.
Now that you're getting healthier, do you feel like, even though you're not getting the results yet, that you're a little closer to getting over that hump?
I think we are growing. We're making some strides. We saw some the other night in Dallas with the second half of that game. I thought we were able to create some more pace, spread the floor. We had a few more options to go big, go small. Jeremy is going to give us good minutes at whatever position he plays. So, and he's on a minute restriction again here tonight. So as we get more and more healthy and more in the game shape, we have more options as to what we can do on the floor.
Are you looking to generate more pace offensively in general?
At times, if it's in our favor, everybody in this league now is talking about pace. And back in when I played, they talking about running, and it's just changed the name of it. And teams have tried it, and it wasn't until their personnel on their team and failed at it. And I think you look at this year, Memphis was trying to change and going faster and faster, and they were losing games. Now they figured out they got to get back to their old way and slow the game down a little bit. So, young guys especially, I remember back when I played here, we talked about creating more pace, and finally got to a point where it just wasn't to the Jazz favor to go faster, more so to run what you play with who you have and be who you are, and not fall into the trends. And this team, I think we'll be able to create some pace with it, but we have to make sure the pace is in our favor and we're not just coming down jacking up shots and missing them.
Is Gordon kind of going through one of those things where he's having to learn how to be the guy?
Not only Gordon, I think all of it. We got young guys in new roles, and Gordon being a key guy that we count on a nightly basis. Where now we need him to go offensively for us, but teams are focusing on him, and they're trying to take things away. They're making him work hard. He's seeing 2 bodies now instead of 1 body and 3 at times, and you have to learn to work your way through those things. And when you're not making shots, how you still affect the game in a positive way for your team as you work through your struggles on the offensive end, to be effective and on the floor, because our team count on him being effective for us on the offensive end. That's not just putting the ball in the hole for himself, but that's making the right passes and being effective to draw double teams if the double team is coming his way to give us an opportunity on the weak side.
Is Deontay moved up in the depth chart at all, or does it kind of depend on the matchups?
Depends on the matchups. Depends on the matchups. Depends on the night. Depends on what's going on. He has shown himself well, especially last game. We'll look at what gives us the best chance going forward.
So there you go. Both coaches talking about their lineup changes tonight. Russell Westbrook not in the lineup for the Thunder. Scott Brooks says he is merely being rested tonight. Should be good to go for the Spurs on Wednesday night. And for the Jazz, Trey Burke replaces John Lucas III at point guard, and Marvin Williams replacing Enes Kanter at center. We'll be here after the game. We'll be in the post-game locker room, so check back right here on ThunderGameReport.com.